In this video, I want to focus on one relatively simple thing. It has to do with possession of the staff. That if I'm holding it in a grip like that, my possession of the staff, this end, is less than if I hold it up here. And yes, I can do a mighty great swinging blow this way. It's also relatively slow. I mean, in a practical situation, the last thing you want is for somebody to take your stick and start beating you with it. So this possession of the staff is important. That you can still strike hard. In fact, you can rest it on your shoulder like this, and you're using the push me pull you effect, and you're stepping in or you're stepping offline, whichever. There's a lot of force in there. There's as much force as you're likely to need from a blow like that. Or if you're going like that and pushing it, the same. There's adequate force there. You don't need a huge swinging overhead affair, which yes, you can do it quite well, but quite solidly. Now, another point, and this goes along with possession of the staff and also just general common sense, is that you'll notice that when I strike, that point stays on line. I don't allow this to happen. I'm exaggerating obviously, but basically if I let that point fall, I'm open. Whereas if I strike and that point is kept on target by my centre and basically by my possession of the staff. I couldn't do this from here. I mean, this is grossly exaggerating, but I can't do that when I've got that much possession. I can do it with that much possession, but that's because I've been doing it quite a long time. But even so, I've got less possession than I would like. Now if I've got a nice wide gap there, and even if they take it, Aikido offers ways of solving that. But what it also does is keep it online. So suppose I haven't hit as much as I would like, I can enter. Or if I've missed and they enter, this is between me and them. So this is important, not to allow the end of the staff just to end up willy-nilly all over the place, just sort of thrashing about in the air, and your body going all over the place. You keep everything nice and firm as possible behind it, so bang, and you're solid and you settle. I don't know if this can be shown, but okay, I'm standing relaxed. But if I strike, everything twists in, and that's where the power's coming from. It's coming from this sense of twisting in and settling. And of course I don't just hesitate at this point and stand admiring my handiwork, unless of course it's all over, because I'm ready to enter. So that's really, I want to keep this video short and just put in this quite simple message about the possession. So if you're going to add a strike to your repertoire, as in the last video I said, set up some targets and even some obstructions. And here is an obstruction. You may not always have room overhead. You might be in a room, you might be under trees, and so blows like this are going to be useless. As a blow like that see I've passed beneath it. But having said that, I would always favour the thrust, because the thrust makes distance and it's also difficult to intercept, and it's probably less expected. You have to think, well, who's attacking you? Is it going to be a martial arts expert, or it's probably going to be some thug with a stick or a hammer, knife, and they're probably slashing and hacking pretty randomly. It would hurt if it caught you, but basically if you're keeping your cool and your focus, one strike, that's it. So I think I shall leave anything further for another video. The bit that's important here is possession of the weapon, and the strike that I would add to your repertoire of strikes is very simple. Simply chamber it on the shoulder like this, and as you strike you step offline and you control the front of the stick. So that gives you another option. I'll dwell on ways of getting there. I mean, obviously, you know, if you've gone, let's suppose that you have done a ski, this stepping back allows you to very quickly withdraw and re-attack. So you may have thrust, step back, go. So that's how you might get to that, but in the initial stage, just you could be standing like this quite casually. You know, your hands halfway up the stick. You can see trouble coming, but you're pretending you're relaxed, so to speak. A quick reaction should anything kick off. So I would just practice that for the moment, and I hope I'll make another video. Trouble is, as one keeps adding subjects in, it keeps expanding and it could just go on for ages, but there we are. You sort of see the weapon. End of, or perhaps at least two of them out of the game, and the rest of them thinking, well, you know, I don't want to play this, that looks like it hurts. So, you know, that's the point, isn't it? It's got to be decisive.